Hello viewers, this is Ronald taking you through this tutorial for A-level applied mathematics. And this video we are going to talk about a topic called parallelogram of forces. So this topic is in mechanics and is suitable for students in both senior 5 and senior 6. So here we shall consider two forces F1 and F2 separated by an angle theta, as you can see here. So this is F1 and this is F2, they're separated by an angle theta. So if you realize that force F1 and force F2, they form two sides of a parallelogram. So what we are going to do, we are going to first complete the parallelogram by reproducing the forces. So when I reproduce F2 here, I'll form the other side, and when I reproduce F1 here, I'll form the other side to come up with a complete parallelogram A, B, C, and D. So the complete parallelogram, it implies that the resultant of these two forces F1 and F2 will be along the longer diagonal, which is AC. So what we shall do to show the resultant force, we shall have to first show that longer diagonal AC. So the longer diagonal will represent FR, which is the resultant force of F2 and F1, and alpha will represent the direction of this resultant force to the force of F1, or to AB, which is the horizontal. Then this theta is the same as this angle here because they are corresponding angles, since this and this are parallel lines. Then because this is theta, angles in a straight line add up to 180, so that is why here we have 180 minus theta. So basically we have completed our parallelogram, and now we can use it to find the magnitude and direction of the resultant force FR and alpha. So to find FR, we shall use cosine rule for triangle ABC. So we shall come here and say that by cosine rule, FR squared will be equal to F1 squared plus F2 squared minus 2 times F1 times F2 cos 180 minus theta, which is this. So with this cosine rule, we can be able to generate the magnitude of the resultant, which is FR. Then for you to get the angle or the direction of the resultant to force F1, you'll use sine rule. Therefore you should come and say that by sine rule, sine alpha over F2 will be equal to sine 180 minus theta over FR, which is that. So with this, I think we realize that since we have already got FR from cosine rule, and you know F2 and you also know theta, it implies that the only unknown is alpha, which can be got. So by using cosine rule and sine rule, you can get the magnitude and direction of two forces separated by an angle theta between them. And basically that is parallelogram of forces. Now that knowledge shall come up, we shall look at these questions that follow. So question 1 says, question 1 came from UNEB 2013 paper 2 question 6, and it says forces of 7 newtons and 4 newtons act away from a common point and make an angle theta degrees with each other. Given that the magnitude of their resultant is 10.75 newtons, find part A the value of theta and part B the direction of the resultant. So the first thing to do is to draw a sketch of those forces. So this is 7, this is 4. So it is you to choose which one. You can put this 7 here and put 4 here, or you put 7 here and put 4 here. Also any is okay. Then they say that the angle separating the two forces is theta, so that is what we put here. Now if you realize these two forces form the two sides of a parallelogram, now the first thing to do is to complete our parallelogram by reproducing the forces. So when I reproduce this 7 here, I'll come up with another side, and when I reproduce this 4 here, I'll come up with the other side of a parallelogram. And I think we realize that now we have completed our parallelogram. Now next they told us that the resultant is 10.75, and remember, like we said, the resultant acts along the longest diagonal of the parallelogram, so shall come and show that resultant there. So this is our resultant force, it is on the longest diagonal, and this is the direction of the resultant force which they want in part B, and this is the value of theta which they want in part A. So with that complete sketch, we can come up with a solution for the questions asked. So for part A, we shall say that by cosine rule, 10.75 squared is equal to 4 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 4 times 7 times cos 180 minus theta degrees. So this is coming from this triangle. So this, if you look at this triangle, it implies that 10.75 squared will be equal to 4 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 4 times 7 times this angle, which is cos 180 minus theta. So when we simplify that, we shall come up with 50.5625 being equal to negative 56 cos 180 minus theta. And when I simplify further, I'll come up with 180 minus theta being equal to 154.542 degrees. And when I make theta the subject, I'll come up with 25.4578 degrees. So basically, that's what they wanted in part A. So now we shall go to part B, which says find the direction of the resultant force. So the direction, we shall use cosine rule. I think you realize that this alpha will correspond to 7, and this 180 minus theta will correspond to the resultant, which is 10.75. So we shall use that to generate our cosine rule. So we shall come and say that for part B, by cosine rule, we shall come up with sine alpha over 7 is equal to sine 154.5422. So what this 154.5422 is our 180 minus theta, which is this. So come and put it here over the resultant, which is 10.75. And when I think we realize that I only have one unknown, which is alpha. And when I make alpha the subject, I'll come up with alpha being equal to 16.2542 degrees. So basically, that's what they wanted in this question. Part A, they wanted theta, and part B, they wanted alpha. Now let's see how mass can be awarded. So here we shall come and state that the resultant is acting in the direction 16.2542 degrees to the 4 Newton force, or you can say that the resultant is acting in the direction 9.2036 degrees to the 7 Newton force. So any of the two is okay. Now the 9.2036 degrees to the 7 Newton force is got from this, because we know that this alpha is lying on the horizon on the 4 Newton force. Now if I want to get the angle lying on the 7 Newton force, I will say theta minus alpha to come up with that angle. So when I say this theta minus this one, I'll realize that my angle will be 9.2036 degrees. So basically that's what they wanted, and now let's see how mass can be awarded. So here M1 will be for you to substitute in the cosine rule, and A1 is for you to get the required angle. M1 is for you to substitute in sine rule, and A1 is for you to get the required angle, which is the direction they want. Now we shall go to question 2. Question 2 says two forces have magnitudes 5 newtons and p newtons. If the resultant force has a magnitude of 6 newtons and acts at an angle of 40 degrees to the 5 Newton force, find the value of P. So the first thing to do will be to make our sketch. So we have 5 Newton and P separated by an angle theta. I think we see that these are two sides of a parallelogram, so we have to first complete the parallelogram by reproducing the forces, and after that represent the resultant, which is on the longest diagonal. So this 40 is this, because they told us that the resultant is at an angle of this to the 5 Newton force. So now that we have got that, we can now use our cosine rule. So we shall come here and say that by cosine rule, P will be equal to square root of 6 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 6 times 5 cos 40 degrees, which will give you 3.878 newtons. So basically that's what they wanted, and now let's see how much can be awarded. So B1 is for the correct force diagram, M1 is for substituting in cosine rule, and A1 is for the final output which they want. Now shall go to question 3. Question 3 says that P equal to 10 newtons and Q equal to 4 newtons act away from a point A. The magnitude of their resultant is 8 newtons. Find the angle between P and Q. So the first thing to do, we are going to first draw a diagram. So 10 and 4 are separated by an angle theta. So I think we realize that these are two sides of a parallelogram. So what we are going to do, we are going to first complete our parallelogram by reproducing the forces, and after that we have to represent the resultant along the longest diagonal. So that is a sketch of the information given, and now they told us that find the angle between P and Q. So the angle between P and Q, where P is 10 Newton and Q is 4 Newton, so the angle between the two is theta. So let's see how that angle can be got. So before I go to the next slide, this drawing the correct force diagram, that is 1 mark. So you are coming and say that by cosine rule, 8 squared is equal to 10 squared plus 4 squared minus 2 times 10 times 4 cos 180 degrees. So what you have done, you have used this right angle triangle and used cosine rule, cos this 8 corresponds to 180 minus theta, so it will be 8 squared plus is equal 8 squared is equal to 10 squared plus 4 squared minus 2 times 10 times 4 cos 180 minus theta. So I think we realize that we have only one unknown, which is theta, and that's what they want. So the next thing to do is to simplify until we get theta. So when I simplify, I'll come up with that, and when I simplify further, I'll come up with that, and when I simplify further, I'll come up with that. Then when I make a cos of the 180 minus a cos of 0.65 gives me 49.46, and when I make theta the subject, I'll come up with 80 minus that, which is 130.54 degrees. So basically that's what they wanted, and now let's see how much can be awarded. So M1 is for substitution in cosine rule, and B1 is for you to get a cos, and A1 is for you to get the required angle. So basically that's what they wanted. And that brings us to the end of this lesson. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave you a set of questions on vector analysis for composition and resolution of forces. So that brings us to the end of this lesson. Thank you for watching, and be reminded that the solutions for the assignment left will be available in the next video. So if you have not yet subscribed, please click on the subscribe button below this video so that you can receive updates when the video with the solutions has been uploaded. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and also if you know any student who is not yet on this platform, right from senior 1 to senior 6, please share the link of this video with them such that they can also join and benefit as a family.